the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Let's open the beverage of your choice because it's Friday. So you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Frightful Fridays. In this episode, I will be reviewing a movie called The Girl in the Photographs. It is a 2016 movie. It says Wes Craven was involved. As far as I can tell, he only executive produced it, and it was dedicated to him. What we have is there is a young woman, not really sure how old, early 20s maybe, who lives in this small town in South Dakota, and excuse me, she keeps finding these pictures of what she says are bodies of, women, murdered women, disfigured women. Like the one that she found in the beginning of the movie was placed up on a bulletin board where she worked at a little grocery store. She comes in at night, has to open up. She's the only one in there. And it was placed on the bulletin board and nobody figured out how they could get it. The cops, of course, okay, what's the big deal? They don't think the pictures are real. They think the women in there aren't real. This was the 7th one that she had found. All right. So the cops, the sheriff of that town, who is played by the head FBI agent in X-Files. I can't remember his name. They're like, yeah, it's a prank. Someone's just fucking with you. And she's all kind of worried that, why is this happening to me? And you had already seen, before you see her, a couple of people kidnap a girl and kill her. So we know that it's real, and you don't know why they're doing this and then sending her the pictures. What the connection between the two are. So you have that going on, and then there's a famous photographer played by Cal Penn. He's from the White Castle movies. Harold and Kumar. I forget which one he played, but he's not the guy who went to do Star Trek. It's the other one. He was on The West Wing. He's gone into politics and all that. So this, and he plays just this massively douche photographer, really famous photographer, who somehow finds out what's going on, about these pictures. He's from the same hometown as her and hadn't been back there in years. And he's just like, I have an idea. We've got this big, perfume campaign coming up. He's using these girls to make a point. He felt this guy's upstaging him, so he wants to use that as his campaign. So he goes to this place in South Dakota to try and investigate and see if he can find who this guy is, just because he figures this guy is upstaging him and all that. So you've got him doing it. You got the girl, and eventually the photographer and their paths cross, and then you have the two guys who are doing the killing. There's more than one. And if you see the toenail, there's one of them. There's a mask on. You see, the first time you see these guys, they're in masks, but then a little later, you get to see who they are, but you still don't know why they're doing what they're doing. They're just, you're doing it. They're doing it, and it's really well done. In the sense, you have Colleen, that is her name, dealing with getting these pictures. She gets a couple more sets of them while she's there, dealing with her asshole ex-boyfriend that she's trying to deal with. And of course, you have to have the asshole ex-boyfriend, because why not? But I really don't see. Normally they have that in a movie to cast as kind of a red herring. It's, oh, this guy's the suspect. This guy is the one who's doing it. But once they unmask the killer, once we, the audience, see who the killers are, this is, I guess, a minor spoiler. Don't see the point of having this guy around because, but maybe it's just for the storylines, I guess. And it was pretty cool to see you have the photographer and Colleen get together because he wants to use her as the model for this platform, for this ad campaign. His assistant and her. There's not a whole lot of killing in it. Take the first Friday the 13th movie. That's more of legend building, right? You have to set things up. And there are a few, kills here, there, and then there's the, finale, right? In the sequels, once everything is set up, you can start doing more, right? That's sort of what this one is they're setting everything up, and they build it up, and then to the end, which kind of remains ambiguous. I'm not gonna tell what the ending is. I don't like doing that. But I was expecting certain things to happen, and they didn't. And you stick around through the, what do you think it's going to end? Once they's, So it was nice seeing the ending where you're like, whoa, didn't see that coming. So I'm gonna give this a 4.75 out of 5. It was well written, really well acted. I mean, you sort of feel empathetic for Colleen. You can't help but liking Cal's character. Even the guy's a dick, but he's funny and he's honest about it. He's just like, the relationship between him and his girlfriend is hilarious. So it's just an all around, and there are some pretty cool kills in there near the end. That's honestly that is one of the things we judge horror, kind of slasher movies for, is the story, somewhat, the characters, and how good the kills are. That is a major factor in horror movies. you gotta have some original kills, and this one had some good ones. So I'm gonna give this a 4.75 out of 5. It's enjoyable all around. I recommend it. It's called The Girls in the Photographs. The Girl in the Photographs. It's on Prime. I don't know if there's any other services, but Prime, and it doesn't cost anything. So I'm gonna recommend it and say give it a shot, because it is, if it's attached, if Wes Craven's name is attached to it, it's got to be pretty good. But anyway, let me know if you got it or if you watched it, what you thought of it. Like, subscribe, most of all, enjoy your horror movies.